So when working with simple shape characters, it's pretty easy to just start kind of getting them animated using some of the different transforms that we've talked about. So doing things like position and scale transforms are the basic building blocks of getting these characters moving and looking fun and engaging. But I wanted to just take a few seconds to, or a few moments to animate a few seconds of this character doing something fun, maybe throwing its hands up and just kind of having a quick celebratory moment. So I'm going to narrate a few of those steps just so that you can have a reference, and then you'll use this as a base to craft your own character and own little celebratory or whatever animation that you'd like. Just something kind of simple and fun of your own. So here we go. I'm going to start with the basic of the body. So I've got a handful of layers here. I've got legs, I've got the bow, I've got arms. I've got a few of these that aren't really named. So let's go name this arm right, and then I've got the mouth, the leg, arm left, bow main. So I need to start getting these kind of parented properly. So I've got the bow right and the bow main. Let's get those parented to the body. I'm going to change the body color just so that I can keep track of it. So let's go yellow on body so we know where these are all going. So eye left, eye right, mouth, leg, arm left, these all can go to body. So I can shift click all of them together. And then I need arm right, leg 2, bow right. Actually leave bow right to bow main. Let's go ahead and parent these to body, and then the shadow can be parented to the body as well. So now if my body moves anywhere, everything kind of moves together. So, and then of course if my bow main moves, the back of the bow moves appropriately. So that's nice too. So that way if the character is bopping up and down and we need that bow to move, to kind of react to it, we can get that happening. So, all right. So I'm going to open up the position keyframes, and I'm going to set a position for, let's just give it a half second before it starts. So I'm just going to drag that keyframe out to 15 frames. And then I'm going to just make the body pop up in space. And if I do that, I realize that the shadow is moving also. So you know what? I'm going to take that shadow off of body before I do that move. So now the character can move and the shadow can be disconnected. Now the character can move all the way over here and the shadow's left behind. So we will have to sync that shadow up manually. But what's going to happen is the character is just going to kind of pop up in the air. And before it pops up, or as a kind of result of it popping up, I held shift and did the up key, so that moved it 5 pixels, or 10 pixels rather. So we need to kind of nudge that down a little bit afterwards, so that way we get a little bit of that boink, right? This is, happening much too slowly, so I'm going to kind of cram those keyframes in, because we just want this to be pretty peppy. And I know it doesn't seem like much yet, but we want it to be pretty quick, and we're going to throw the arms up, and we're going to make the mouth kind of stretch, and the legs twitch and all that kind of stuff too. So here we go. So there's the body. Let's go ahead and I can move the eyes left and right up. So I'm going to take these position keyframes, and these are just going to kind of react to the body moving. So I'm not going to move them up too much, just 3 pixels each. Copy those first frames, Control C, move them forward. Oops, let's get those one at a time rather. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and then we should see the body bump and then the eyes bump shortly after. Blink. Now it makes them appear a little disconnected, but this is kind of a flimsy, funny character, so that's all right. And then last, let's just have the bow main bounce up. So I'm going to get into that one. And right after the, kind of aligned with the eye right peak, I'm going to have the bow go right after. Oops. So not that much, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can copy and paste that first keyframe. And all we're doing here is just kind of making the body lead the way, and then everything else reacts accordingly. Now that bow is a little bit too late, so let's nudge that left. Boom. There we go. And I'm making the body just shift and kind of jostle a little bit because I'm going to throw these arms up in the air. But the body was pretty basic, something we've done a million times before. It's the arm left and arm right that are going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to open these up. I want to get into the contents, the shape, and the shape path. So getting into those things, if I set a keyframe for the shape path, then anywhere I move this line using the pen tool, oops, let's just, come here, give me just, come in here, you, I just want that point. Can I grab it, please? Oh, now, give it to me. Well, I don't want to delete the point. I can bend it. There we go. Now can I move it? Thank you. So I held the Alt key to switch the type of switch it to a Bezier handle on there, and so you can see that it's starting to move that arm accordingly. So let's go ahead and just kind of move this thing up in space, almost like it's throwing its arms up in celebration. And you can see that After Effects is taking that movement and tweening it between the two states. Now it happens pretty slowly, so we want this to be a little quick, and then at the top we want it to go too far, so you can actually stretch this up, and then it can settle back down to where it's supposed to be. Control C, Control V. So the result is yay. Now that yay happens a little too fast and a little too late. So I'm going to hold the Alt key and I'm going to stretch these in, and I want to make that yay happen with the body. So yay, yay, a little bit better. Now we can do it with the other arm. So that was arm left. Let's go arm right. Let's find that one, open it up. We want to get into the path and find the path, and let's back this one up about when the left arm starts. Set a keyframe. Let's go ahead and grab that point, and there we go again. Let's, oh, nope. Let's go ahead and kind of convert that one, and we'll start from that spot. And by here we want, oops, let's make sure we're on the right keyframe, but by here we want this to be moving on up. So we're starting to bend. There is where we stretch all the way up, hooray! And then we come back down. Let's check this out. Deselect. Yay! Simple, easy 2-3 keyframe, or 2 to 3 second animation. In fact, this all happens in like a split second here. We can further embellish this, creating a little bit more appeal if we take the mouth, open it up, because it is a shape as well, and we can go into its path, and if we wanted to, when the hooray is happening, we start there. Let's grab, oops, let's get those 2 points. And so let's drag him down, drag this one down, big stretch to the mouth, and then you can just copy that original keyframe. So that way what's happening is we're just getting a little bit of a stretch. Yay! And it's just kind of giving that little, kind of little embellishment there. So if we wanted to, we could mess with the shadow just a little bit. We could adjust the feet as well. So I've got the legs here. Maybe we want to take those paths. Let's go ahead and turn that path on. And we can grab, let's deselect, grab the point, grab the feet, and just drag it up a little bit. Sorry, drag it down to lift the character up, and then it falls back down. So now we've actually got the character's feet lifting up off, using the feet to lift the character. It's not quite timed right, so let's get that up and back down. The down was a little too slow. Let's try that again. Yay. So you got to think about keeping that toe in the right spot. So I think it goes down too low. The character doesn't actually lift off the ground too much. So I'm making a pretty subtle animation here. So we're lifting 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit of a jitter there. Yeah, but it's all right. Let's go ahead and do the other leg. And closing these layers. And leg 2, path 1, path. We're setting it up. Okay, so here's the lift up. Using the arrow key, clicking off, and selecting just one point. There's the one we want, and just moving it down. And then copy the first keyframe back to normal, and up we go. Let's see if it looks any good at all. Yay. So it's pretty subtle, but some of these animations are. So we could go further. We could have this after, the yay. We could wave arms. So I could come back up here, arm left, open up. I can just hit the U key to get that path right back. Set a keyframe, and then move forward a little bit. Grab just that ending point. Hey, come back in here. Let me have those points, please. Just that point, if I could, please. Oh, it's really irritating. It'll only let me select those interior points if I select right on them. Come on, give me the path, and deselect, and then just select the point. There we go. Just because I'm using only 2 points, it can be a little bit irritating there, but we could grab this guy and we could come way over here, way over here, and way over there again, and then come back to normal, and then select them all. Holding the Alt key will stretch them in, and we can kind of create a nice wave. Might be too fast. Let's see. Yay! Hey! Right, so we can create some really pretty fun and quick animations just using the fill-less shapes to create these kind of hose-like arms, and create some pretty fun looking characters just out of a simple shape. So my little potato person here says good job and good luck.